pop culture that's right to type. Today's top story, JB.
Kevin Feige, the guru of the MCU, is throwing his talents into that galaxy far, far away. Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy confirms Feige's involvement with moving the Star Wars universe forward.
Yeah, so apparently...
I did not know this. This is news to me.
Apparently, they're giving him a seat at the table, and he is going to produce, as far as we know, at least one of the Star Wars movies coming out of the Skywalker saga.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if it's going to be like the first one or whatever, but they're in development right now.
Awesome.
And like everything is coming up. I mean, hope, you know. Kevin Feige has had nothing. I mean, when it comes to being a Hollywood producer, everything that he has touched has turned to gold. So hope.
I, for one, am okay with this.
And in that vein, J.J. Abrams has signed a huge deal with Warner Media and wants to take on the Last Son of Krypton saga. Unfortunately, Henry Cavill is out, and Abrams is going to recast Superman with a younger actor.
Time for the reboot, huh?
Well, yes. I mean, I don't know the whole story, but I do know over social media there was some stuff going back with Warner saying that they were going to continue with the Superman storyline, but they're no longer going to be with Henry Cavill. And Cavill was in his thing saying, like, we'll work for, he was doing it back and forth. And he got The Witcher now coming out on Netflix. So he was like promoting that, but still saying, he was Superman. And I think it all came down to Henry Cavill not doing that scene in Shazam. So they got the body double to wear the suit, and obviously they didn't show the head. They just showed the face. I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Shazam.
No, I've seen Shazam. Okay. I own Shazam. Henry Cavill, I swear, he has been fired and rehired for the next movie at least a dozen times. So we shall see. I thought he was an excellent choice. I really liked him in the role.
I think he looked like a great Superman. I just didn't like the dour, sour puss Superman. I'm like, you're Superman, man. Well, cheer up.
Yeah. It's like more of the story you had an issue with.
I think I mentioned this before, but that Man of Steel was really based on the two limited series John Byrne did in the 80s, Man of Steel and Krypton. And especially the whole beginning, that was his story. Yeah, and they were a little bit darker. When John Byrne took over Superman, he was definitely a darker character. And I think it's good that they're sticking to the comics for their material.
It's funny you say that, because Byrne's Superman, that hair and everything, that's what sticks with me,
long hair.
More so than the well-coiffed.
I think it was the 10th issue of Superman. I'm pretty sure it was number 10. He had enough of General Zod and Nana and Ursa. He just opened the box and killed them. Green kryptonite. He was wearing a lead suit.
Ooh, lead suit.
And that was Byrne's Superman. He just killed him. They said, I remember them standing there in the comic book, and they're saying, "Oh, you just will put us back in the Phantom Zone. We'll find another way to escape."
Wow.
And then he made this little speech and opened the box and killed them. So that is definitely a darker turn on Superman.
Kryptonite in the box. Yes. Sony Pictures Entertainment and Walt Disney Studios have announced that they will team up on another film. Whether it was public outcry or corporate maneuvering is the question. Either way, Spider-Man is back in the MCU and slated for a July 2021 release.
We were so happy to hear this when it came out.
Yeah.
Me personally, I was shouting it from the rooftops. And again, just like in the story, it's like, we don't know if they were doing this as a money play. I do know there was a lot of the actors themselves, again, went out on social media.
Yeah.
Tom Holland himself was like, look,
I am willing. Big linchpin.
He's like, I am willing to play Spider-Man until I can't do it anymore, but come on. We've got
I'm willing to play Spider-Man until I can't play him anymore.
But we got to do it. Like the whole thing, it's like, I mean, there was so much in those first two Spider-Man movies that had to do with Tony Stark and Iron Man and the Avengers and all that stuff. How are we going to go into the third one and just not talk about it at all? Like, all of a sudden now Uncle Ben is a thing.
Hey, look, let's see some more stories. How many Spidey stories are there to choose from? So many.
I mean, they set up to.
Well, it was a moderately successful comic. They sold a few books.
They sold a few.
One or two.
Books, one or two.
Yeah, you're right.
And only a couple of their movies made money.
You know what's funny? Spider-Man 3 is the highest grossing Spider-Man movie, I believe.
No.
Out of that series.
Okay, yeah, not because the one that just hit.
Yeah, they had a
$1
bill ticket. That's right. I almost forgot.
This week's review, Between Two Ferns, the movie. Zach Galifianakis takes his web series to film as he interviews celebrities across the country.
I'm about halfway through this, and it's funny.
Okay, now I'm gonna say this was one of those movies that my son was watching, and I was like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
You've never seen it?
I had never saw the Laugh Out Loud, the web series, or was it Make Laugh Die or Funny, whatever it is.
Funny or Die.
Funny or Die. And apparently this has been out for like a decade.
Years, yeah.
And I didn't see any of this stuff. So
Yeah,
I actually watched the movie
Barack
and then I watched the
yeah.
Yeah, I saw the ad for it. Netflix plays a little clip of it. I'm like, I'm not watching that.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you.
I'll have to give it a shot.
The actors, when they're playing themselves, they're just everybody. I mean, everybody is spot on. Funny, and they're doing it. The Matthew McConaughey, the opening one, that is just the best. You killed Matthew McConaughey.
I killed him. Oh,
and then I saw the web series, the one that I don't know, this stuck out with me like crazy. The one with him and Brad Pitt.
I haven't seen it.
And because Brad Pitt is like doing the whole, and he's trying to be cool and like take it for real, like it's a real interview. And Zach is just being.
Yeah, he busts their balls, but he's trying to be.
And even the one with
deadpan.
what's his name? Bradley Cooper. Obama. No, Bradley Cooper, where he was like, Zach, why we're friends? Because they had the Hangout movies together. Hangout. Whatever.
You know what? Ralphie D recommends Back in Time. The Back to the Future documentary on Hulu. Cast, crew, and fans talk about the impact of the trilogy personally and the effect that the film had on popular culture.
I think I saw it.
I think this is a first. You're actually discussing something, and I already seen it.
All right, moving on.
Watch that.
No, yeah, that was a good one. I liked it a lot. I'm Ralphie D. That's news to me.
I'm Cool Water Kurt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. We like to hear what you think. Leave us a comment down below and let your opinion be heard.
Oh, if you like this video, please check out other videos on our channel like 252 and Nerdstalgia.
And if you are in Vacaville, California, please go by the Boys of Summer and see my man Kev for your latest comic book and sports card needs.
Very good.
Now, I'm JB, and I'd like to give a shout out. I am JB.
You are JB.
Yeah. There was someone else who once said, I'd like to give a shout out to my man AM at Comics Most Wanted. And this is 252 Pop Fiction, where you hear it first.
Adonis, pull yourself together.